Hi viewer, they say bicycles come in all shapes and sizes, but have you ever seen a bicycle that looks like this? Or this? Or even this? No? Well, that's great because today we've put together a list of the most unusual bicycles you'll see on the market. Ekooter by Ekoo. Up first on our list of the craziest and most unusual bicycles and electric bikes is the Ekooter by Ekoo. Claiming to be the world's most compact foldable e-scooter, the Ekoo guarantees real-world portability with its lightweight and very unusual folding design. In just 5 seconds time, you can fold or unfold the Ekoo, allowing for a new level of convenience that is a must in the world of micro-mobility. Twicycle. Cycling is one of the greatest workouts ever created. It's great for cardiovascular health, as well as increasing the strength of your lower body, but cycling doesn't do much in the way of strength training for your upper body, and the company claims that their innovative front crank handlebar design engages the rider's chest, triceps, lats, biceps, back, and shoulders, as well as strengthening the core. Outside of the full body workout benefits of this unusual bike, you can also expect easier uphill climbs, longer riding times, better traction, and extra power. In fact, measurements have shown an additional 300 to 450 additional watts of power when using the arm crank drivetrain mechanism. Google self-driving bike. A viral 2-minute long video by Google Netherlands recently surfaced featuring an unusual self-driving bicycle. In the video, a bicycle is seen cruising around the Dutch country without a rider, while Pim van der Veld, presumably the director of Google Netherlands, speaks about safety concerns of cyclists in the region. The self-driving bicycle aims to reduce crashes and other bicycle-related injuries by utilizing some of the features that Google has been working on in the self-driving car industry. This unusual bike was also reported to have a summon feature similar to the Tesla's Smart Summon, as well as a feature that allowed the pedals to turn into pegs so you can fully experience the electric drive feature. The video has gone viral multiple times over the past few years, but the joke is revealed at the end of the video itself when it shows that a Google self-driving bike is available for one day only, April 1st. Sitgo. Up next is a bike available on Indiegogo, aptly named the Sitgo by Hong Kong-based Sitgo Technology. And while this is an unusual looking bike, we can assure you this one is not an April Fool's Day joke. It took over 2 years to develop, including hundreds of sketches and 5 prototypes. What's more, the Sitgo is the first electric folding bicycle that can be fully charged via a car charging port, much like you would charge your smartphone. Featured in Gizmag and the Daily Mail, this electric folding bike is unique in that the metallic housing and frame is more reminiscent of a bulky steampunk aesthetic than it is a streamlined modern e-bike. There's also the fact that the Sitgo features an 18-inch front tire and a tiny 8-inch rear tire, with no chains or drivetrain to speak of. The 36-volt, 8.8 amp-hour lithium battery pack delivers a range of 35 kilometers or 22 miles. The MSRP for this fun little bike is $1,099 US. Fliz Bike. The Fliz Bike is one of the most unusual bikes you may ever come across. With no seat to speak of, riders simply strap themselves in and propel themselves with their feet, and when the rider is tired of foot pedaling or is going fast enough, they can simply lift their feet to slow down and place them on the pegs on the rear of the bike. The Fliz name refers to the German word flitzen, which means dash or whiz. This unusual bicycle harkens back to the dandy horse, or Laufmaschine in German. That was one of the first human-powered vehicles that ever existed, and was in fact the precursor to the original bicycle. What are your thoughts? Would you cruise around town on the Fliz? Let us know in the comments below. Kwiggle. Ever heard of upright bicycling? No? Well, the founders of German-based Kwiggle have been causing quite the stir on social media thanks to their unusual looking bike that has tiny 12-inch wheels and a down tube that almost seems to skirt the ground. What makes this bike even more unusual is that the seat post is mounted to the handlebars, making the bike appear to be unrideable. However, when riders mount the Kwiggle, their position is perfectly straight or upright, instead of the usual hunched or bending over position of typical bikes. This unusual bike garnered plenty of attention among last-mile commuting enthusiasts for its collapsible folding design, and the total weight is 18.7 pounds or 8.5 kilograms. EliptiGo. Featuring another way to stand and exercise while cycling, the EliptiGo is an unusual yet innovative bike that allows you to exercise outdoors without the traditional impact associated with activities like running. The brand states there is no other device on the market that provides this level of low-impact, full-body exercise. In fact, the University of California performed a study on the bike that concluded that the EliptiGo burns 33% more calories than riding a traditional bike at the same speed. Manta 5. Now it's time to get off the streets and into the water with the Manta 5 hydrofoil e-bike by New Zealand-based Manta 5. This unusual e-bike is made for cycling's new frontier, water, and is propelled by a pedal-driven propeller that is also assisted by a 460-watt electric motor. Once in motion, the rear 2-meter-long hydrofoil and front 1.2-meter-long hydrofoil provide lift kind of like underwater wings, and is capable of reaching a top speed of 22 kilometers or 14 miles per hour. In fact, the company released a video showcasing the Manta 5 setting a world record by crossing the 24-kilometer Cook Strait between the North and South Islands of New Zealand, and we here at The Future think that is a really innovative feat. Lopifit. The Lopifit, aka the walking bike, is an innovative, albeit unusual bike that supplies a totally new way of moving and exercising. In place of a typical chain-mounted drivetrain, the Lopifit features a treadmill that you walk on, just like the ones you'd find at a gym. The treadmill feature is assisted by a 350-watt motor with multiple gears to boost the rider's walking pace to speeds greater than or equal to that of traditional bikes. The 48-volt, 20-amp-hour lithium-ion battery pack generates enough power for the typical rider to get between 30 and 50 miles of range, and the top speed is roughly 20 miles per hour. Bicymple. The last unusual bike on our list is from the boutique-style bicycle brand Bicymple from Bellingham, Washington, in the United States. What makes this bike so unusual is the deliberate non-existence of the typical crank mechanisms and gear shifters. While normally a critical component, the creator of the Bicymple chose to instead rely on a direct drive freewheeling rear hub, which makes for a rare two-wheeled contraption unlike anything you've ever ridden before. This creates a shorter wheelbase with pedals on the rear wheel and a bike seat directly above it, making for a somewhat bizarre appearance. Despite the unusual look, riders state the Bicymple rides much like a single-speed fixed-gear bike, only with the option of the rear wheel steering. Simply pull a lever on the frame to liberate the rear wheel, and it will turn along with the front wheel so you can navigate ultra-tight turns, as well as crab walk all over town. The Bicymple Play is available in two sizes, small for riders under 5'10", and large for riders 5'10" and above. Both models are available now for $799 USD. Is there one bike you liked more than the others? Or is there an unusual bike that we missed? Let us know in the comments. Oh, and want to see another futuristic video? Be sure to check this one out right now.